Right now I have come to teach you biology in class 12th. According to the revised syllabus of CBSE board for class 12th, the topic is human reproduction. In this topic, I will teach you the process of reproduction in human being. So, according to an NCERT syllabus, I am going to teach you reproduction in human being. The topic is reproduction in human being. In this topic, first of all, we have to know the definition of reproduction. What is reproduction? Reproduction. It is a biological process. Reproduction is a biological process in which an organism gives rise to new young ones or offspring. It is a biological process in which any organism, all organisms give rise to the new young ones, new offspring, means give rise to their child. And the offspring is similar to itself. This is the entire definition of reproduction. So, I will write down the definition of reproduction first. It is a biological process in which an organism gives rise to a new young one or offspring similar to itself. Means there must be similarity to their parents. So this is the definition of reproduction. Next point is reproduction is essential process for it is the feature for all living organisms. It is the essential feature, means characteristic feature of all living organisms. It is the essential feature of all living organisms. This is the characteristic feature of all living organisms. Next, according to this process, according to reproduction, it is of two types. It is a biological process and it is essential feature. And why reproduction is necessary? It is also necessary. Next point you can also write down. Necessary to continue the race generation after generation. It is necessary to continue the race. Race means even human race, race of dog, race of any living organism, means any species. To continue the race means to continue the species generation after generation. And now I will teach you reproduction is of two types. Reproduction is of two types. First is called asexual reproduction and another is called sexual reproduction. So what should be significance and what is the difference between sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction? We have to study the difference between sexual and asexual reproduction. These are the main two modes of reproduction: asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. So what is sexual reproduction? In case of sexual reproduction, single parent is necessary. Only one parent is enough. So we can write down single parent. Single parent is necessary. But in case of sexual reproduction, two parents are necessary. So two parents or both parents are necessary. Two or both parents are necessary. Another single parent. In case of single parent, it gives reproduction without gamete or with the formation of gamete. In both cases, without formation of gamete. Gamete is the discharge or it is a material which is released in sexual reproduction or asexual reproduction. So without formation of gamete, but in this case formation of gamete. In asexual reproduction without formation of gamete, in this case formation of gamete. You have already studied in class 10. So in asexual reproduction, we can also say that in some cases there is formation of gamete. The third, genetically identical offspring or young ones are formed. But in this case, genetically identical offsprings are not formed. Genetically identical offsprings are also called clone. They are also called clones. But in this case, clone is not possible. This is a slow process. This is a slow process. Sorry, this is a rapid process. Rapid means fast process, and this is a slow process. it takes a long time. So there are so many differences between asexual reproduction and sexual reproduction. Here fusion of gamete is necessary. In case of asexual reproduction, there are no chances of fusion of gamete. But in sexual reproduction, there is the fusion of gamete. Fusion. And after fusion, zygote is formed. And after zygote, there is embryonic condition. But in this case, there is no formation of gamete, no fusion, no zygote, no embryonic condition. In example, suppose binary fission, multiple fusion. There are so many cases of regeneration, sporulation. These are the example of asexual reproduction. And asexual reproduction takes place in lower organisms. Asexual reproduction takes place in lower organisms, but sexual reproduction takes place in higher plant or higher organisms. So this is the difference between sexual and asexual reproduction. Now I come to the main point, reproduction in human. You know, reproduction in human means there is sexual reproduction. We have to remember there must be sexual reproduction, and in sexual reproduction there must be two parents, male and female. One parent is called male, another parent is called female. In case of male, you know, our body is, the human being is diploid. Diploid means genetically we are found 2N. 2N means diploid. It is the genetical nature. Means chromosomes are always found in pairs. When chromosomes are always found in pairs, that case is diploid, and 2N, and the value of 2N is equal to 46. The total number of chromosomes are 46. In 46, 22 chromosomes are autosomes or somatic chromosomes, and one pair of chromosomes are sex chromosomes. So, for the symbol of male is, this is the symbol of male. This is the symbol of male. In the same way, 2N, diploid, it is female are also diploid, and the symbol of female is like this, 0 plus, and here 0 and arrow, sign of arrow. This is the symbol of male, this is the symbol of female. In case of male, there must be male reproductive organs. Male reproductive organ or male sex organ. Male reproductive organ and male sex organ are also called gonads. They are also called gonads. Male sex organ or male reproductive organ, and this male reproductive organ, the main male reproductive organ, the primary male reproductive organ is called testis. It is called testis. Testis is singular. It is singular form, and the plural is, this is plural form, testis. Again, TES, testicle. Testis is also called testicle and plural testicles. In testis, there must be process of cell division. After maturity in testis, there must be the process. Maturity means attain puberty, attain adolescence. Means after 14 or 13 or 14 years later, in male, the testis is male reproductive organ, and there must be a case of meiosis, cell division inside the testicular tubules, inside the testis, and this process is also called spermatogenesis. This inside testis there must be a spermatogenesis, and testis produces male gamete. Testis produces male gamete, and that male gamete is called a sperm. That male gamete is called a sperm, and a sperm appears like this. This is the structure of a sperm. This is head and this is tail. A tadpole structure, tadpole-like structure of a sperm, and this is called male gamete. It is formed by male, and this is called a sperm. In the same way, in female, there is a female reproductive organ, sex organ, and that sex organ is called ova. That sex organ is called ovary. Inside the abdomen, there is ovary. It is the main female reproductive organ. Ovary oogenesis, formation of female gamete, and the after formation it forms ova. Ova is a female gamete. A sperm is a male gamete. Ova is a female gamete. So the process of formation of a sperm and the process of formation of ova, and the sperm and ova, they fuse together. A sperm and ova fuse together. There is a process of fusion, and after fusion there is the formation of zygote. This is the main process of reproduction. So I have to teach you the reproductive organs, structure and function of male, and again the reproductive organs, structure and function of female. So right now I will start the structure of male reproductive organ. Male reproductive organs. Primary sex organ of male and accessory or secondary sex organ of male. So, primary sex organ, testis. Testis is called primary sex organ. And other than testis, there are so many organs found in the male reproductive system. This is the whole male reproductive organs or system. In male reproductive system, primary sex organ is testes and secondary sex organs are epididymis. Epididymis. Next is reed testis. Vast difference. Seminal vesicles. Corpus gland. The corpus gland has also a special name, or it is also called bulbourethral gland. Corpus gland is also called bulbourethral gland. Prostate gland. These are the accessory spermatoduct. So many organs I will teach you again, but these are the main reproductive accessory organs of male. So I will teach you first testis. What is the structure of testis? What is the function of testis? And what are the mode of testis? First I will teach you number of testes. Suppose there are so many terms about numbers. Number of testes. Monoorchism. Mono means single, orchism means testis. Having single testis. If a male has single testis, it is called monoorchism. And you don't believe, if any person has single testis, it is fertile. The man is fertile. It can produce sperm. The process of spermatogenesis, the excretion of testosterone hormone is also possible in aggressive way. There is no confusion that male is not fertile. So the male is fertile. Fertile means able to reproduce, able to sexual reproduction and reproduce. Diorchism. Orchism is also called orchidism. Monoorchism, it is also called monoorchidism. DISM also. CHI like this. It is also right. Diorganism. A male having a pair of testes. Having a pair of testes. Generally, male have two testes, right testis and left testis. So we are found both testes in our body, that is called a pair of testes. This case is called diorganism. The next case is anorchism. Anorchism. Having absent of testes. When testes are not found, that is called anorchism. Testis is completely absent, and in this case male is sterile. Not fertile is also called sterile. Sterile means unable to reproduce. Sterile means unable to reproduce new young one. That is called sterile. Cryptorchism. This is the case in which testes are undescended downward. Actually, testis is in intrauterine system, in intrauterus period, means in case of fetus, when child is unborn, the testis is formed after 6th or 7th week in the abdomen of the male. It is found in the abdomen of the male, and at the time of birth it descended down outward the abdomen, and it is hanging in a pouch like structure that is called a scrotum. Testis goes inside the scrotum, hanging in the scrotum below the abdomen, outward the abdomen, and this scrotum is a thin, loosely sac-like, pouch-like structure in which a pair of testes are found. So, cryptorchism is the case in which testes do not come outward, do not present in outward condition. So, this case is called undescended testis. When testis is not found outward or downward to the abdomen, this case is called undescended testis. The next case is orchiopexy. This is the correction of cryptorchism. This is the correction of cryptorchism. This is a disease. Cryptorchism is a disease which can be cured by the process of orchiopexy. surgical correction of clipped organism. This case is finally cured by surgery. This called is orchiopexy. This is called orchiopexy. The next is orchiodactomy. This is also surgical process. Suppose in case of any infection inside the testes, we doctors need to remove our testes. So remove the testes is known as removal of testes. Removal of testes is known as orchiodactomy. You should know why testis is not found in abdomen. It comes out or away from the abdomen. It is due to testes are found in a loosely thin skin sac-like structure below the abdomen, hanging in a scrotum. This is a scrotum in which testes are hanging. Testes are found. This is a scrotum is loosely thin skin sac-like structure. Why this happens? So due to the one reason. The reason is temperature. You know, the process of spermatogenesis takes place in low temperature, and our body temperature is 37.4 degrees Celsius. But the temperature of scrotum, is 2 to 2.5 degrees Celsius lower than our body temperature. The temperature of scrotum is 2 to 2.5 degrees Celsius lower than our body temperature. So testis is found in. That is why testis are found in scrotum. So this is about testis. Now I will teach you the next topic: structure of testis and formation of sperm in our testis.